What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about Silent Hill F's sales. And to put it bluntly, it's doing rather well, doing extremely well, actually. So it's reached 1 million, and it's reached 1 million from their tracking one day. One day it reached 1 million sales, both physically and digitally. And to kind of put it more into context, if you remember and you go back just 1 year ago, actually, to Silent Hill 2 Remake, that game sold 1 million after 3 days. So this game, I guess maybe has the unfair advantage of the 48-hour early access thing. So even though it was a day, it was really, I guess, 3 days from the early access. So if you want to get picky, I guess you can get picky. But it seems like, and I think even from their Twitter post, there was a blog thing that they dropped along with it. They literally say that it is outpacing Silent Hill 2 Remake in all territories, and I think they specifically name dropped Japan, which is not shocking, especially for a game set in Japan for the first time. And so that's the long and short of it. 1 million sales very, very quickly and doing better than Silent Hill 2 Remake did. Really, what I take away from this is just Silent Hill is back, and I really think Silent Hill 2 is what brought it back last year, if we're being honest. That game, I think, was a really pivotal thing that needed to work. Look, I mean, we don't live in an alternate universe. I guess we can't tell, but, in an alternate universe where, 2's remake was butchered, right? And it was, disrespectful and everybody hated it. I personally believe that 2's remake being really good kind of set the foundation for this game to kind of, and I'm not necessarily saying that this game is better than Silent Hill 2. I'm just saying, you have that game being the foundation and saying, hey, we can do this. We can bring Silent Hill back. Now, we need to rely in that way. And last year, we need to rely on probably the most popular entry with a remake, in order to do it. But we can prove that we can bring Silent Hill back in 2024 and we can be successful. Okay, they check it. Now, look, this was the thing with Silent Hill F leading in. It's like, all right, you did it with 2, and the short message was kind of a miss that I forget the name of the game. Remember the episodic one that was just maybe the biggest failure humanly possible? So you tried a couple different things, and and obviously Townfall is still coming out and whatnot, but you tried a couple things to bring Silent Hill back, but 2 worked, and then F was like, all right, this is a real main installment. We actually haven't had one of these in a very long time, and generally the last several haven't been very well received at all. So it's like, all right, there's a lot on this game. There's always been a lot on Silent Hill F, and I think they nailed it. Again, it's not without faults. You can watch my review for my full thoughts. I don't think it's a perfect game, but it's definitely, I think it does what it needed to do. And it doesn't really matter what I say. I can make as many videos as I want. It really matters what public opinion says. And from this, well, it's selling faster, it's doing better. You hope. Here's the thing. I think I said this with Silent Hill 2 Remake as well. This is not Resident Evil, okay? And it's not to have to pit it against other things, but in this way, in the way I'm comparing it, Resident Evil can do 10, 15 million. They sell a ton, and it's such a high grossing, franchise. Silent Hill F is much more niche, and I think we talked about it with 2 Remake. Isn't the whole franchise at 13 or 15 million? Whereas Resident Evil is 50, 60, whatever it's at now. But Silent Hill is actually really small. Silent Hill F, if it gets to 3 million, right? That's a quarter of what the entire franchise has done in its entire life, in 25 plus years. So, it's a big deal. To sell 1 million in one day, that is what? A 13th of the entire global sales of its entire life of Silent Hill. That's insane, you know what I mean? So, if this game can do 3, 4, 5 million and get 20 to 40% of the sales that the whole franchise has had up until this point, you can bet your bottom dollar Silent Hill is back. I don't really understand what else could prove it to people, right? Because it's you wanted to sell 15 million? The whole franchise hasn't sold 15 million. So I think sometimes people can kind of get, mixed into that a bit too much. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.